Okay, so tutorial 5. So good afternoon everybody. So today's problem is tutorial sheet number 5 and problem number 10. So tutorial 5, problem number 10. So this problem number 10 is talking about, for example, let me do this experiment first. Let's say this is the any chalk, pen or something has been kept in your table, and what you are doing is that you are taking this up. Yeah, so you understand. So what is going to happen is that either it is going to roll towards that with a pure rolling motion, or it is just going to slip, or it is going to be the combination of all this, right? Sometimes pure rolling and sometimes pure sliding, right? So this problem we are going to solve. I think you are understanding that. Just take a piece of paper in your table and put your pen on to the paper, and all of a sudden you just take the paper out, right? So if what is going to happen, if you are going to move it slowly, then you will find that the pen is going to roll. If you make it too fast, then you will find that the pen is going to slip. So this entire dynamics is going to depend on the inertia properties and the force and the time duration, the impulse that you are going to give. Okay, so let me draw this. The problem is somewhat like this. This is the table you have. On that you have a piece of paper, let's say this, and you have a pen or the cylinder as per the problem statement. Now what you are going to give is that you are going to give a force P of certain duration of time. Now what is going to happen? Is it going to roll or it is going to slip? That condition you have to find it out. Okay? Now if I am just going to draw the free body diagram, then what free body diagram I am going to draw? So let's say this is the cylinder C. So you have the friction. Please keep one thing in mind, irrespective of sliding or slipping, the tendency of this part is going towards the left. The tendency of this cylinder is going towards the left. So I have to decide the friction. So for that, the friction is going to act in this way. Let's say this is what is my friction force for the cylinder. This is what is the normal reaction for the cylinder, and you have the weight of mc times g. There is no other force. Okay. Now in the similar way, I can draw for the paper. For the paper, the same NC is going to act. The same FC is going to act. Next, over here, the MP paper, M times MP times G is there, the weight, and the normal reaction, which is NP, is there, and at the same time you are going to have the FP, friction on the paper. Just have a look. Is this free body diagram is alright? No, I have forgotten one thing, that is the P force. Okay, sure. So now which of the things are unknown to us and which is going to decide the thing? The thing is that if FC NC. Then what? Then what? Then it is going to go for, then it is going to roll. Then only it is going to roll. Otherwise it is going to sleep. Right? So this is the prime condition that to be decided. So over here the FC is not known to me. But do I know FP? Yeah, I know FP. I know FP because I know it is going to slide. The paper is going to slide. But what about the cylinder or the pane? The cylinder. Reserve the P for the paper, right? So the cylinder is going to, what is going to happen to the FC, that is not known to me. But what is FP is known to me because I know it is going to slide. Okay? Now what are the equations that you can write? So for example, you can write FCT is equal to M of the cylinder times B of the cylinder. That is one equation. The time is the impulse through which the force is going to act. FCT, the impulse, is the momentum change. It was initially at rest, so this is the final momentum minus the initial momentum, right? Next, what we are going to have? Next momentum equation is Fc r times t is equal to I omega. That is the second equation. And the third part is just the balance, which is going to tell that Nc is equal to mcg. The third equation is, if you are going to consider the degrees of freedom 3, then the third equation is Nc is equal to mcg. That's all. So if you are going to make it from 2, if you are going to derive the omega, it is going to be Fc is equal to mcvc rt. So you are going to write omega is equal to mc vc times r by I. Look over here, I have taken out the t part because FCT was mcvc. So this part, this omega, becomes independent of the time, rather it becomes the property of Vc, which is to be determined. Okay, because I know this Fc is going to be dependent on the Vc. So my Fc is dependent on Vc, right? And I have to check this part in order to decide whether it is going to roll or slip. Okay, so this is one equation. Other equation is, okay, now let's go for the force balance. So for the force balance, if I am going to go for the force balance, this is one part. For the force balance, what I am going to write is Np is equal to Nc plus Mp times G. So this is the third equation, this is the fourth equation, and the fifth equation is for the plate or the paper is going to be P minus Fc minus Fp times T is equal to MPVP. Agree? Now what is FP? FP is, so this is the fifth equation. What is FP? FP is going to be mu K, kinetic friction, times NP, which is equal to mu K times NC plus MPG, or NC is equal to MC plus, so it is going to be MC plus MP times G. Right? Now from this equation with substitution of 6 and the subsequent what I'll say, the just substitute from 5 with 6 and what else, 1, yeah, so I got FCT, MPVP and this part P. So what we can get is the relationship between VP and VC. Look over here that I have not used any condition over there. Look over here that this is what is my condition, but over here it is a free body diagram. This free body diagram is irrespective of whatever the parameter you are going to choose. I have not imposed any condition over here. So this is true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 equations are true irrespective of whether it is going to roll or slip. So from 5 with the help of 6 and 1, what you are going to get is that with the putting the parameters of numerical values, you are going to get 6 VC plus 1.5 VP is equal to 7.7. This is true irrespective of anything, whether it is going to roll or slip. Okay, now if I am going to come to the two conditions, one condition is there will be two cases. The case 1 is pure rolling. Case 1 is pure rolling, and case 2 is slide. Case 2 is slide. So if it is undergoing pure rolling, then you can write VC is equal to VP plate minus omega. Are you understanding this part or not? Velocity of the cylinder is going to be the velocity of the plate minus omega at what rate it is going to move. Because all these quantities are in the absolute frame. I am defining with respect to the absolute frame. This is the absolute velocity of the plate, and minus omega is sitting on this. That is what we know, right? If that be the case, then this is what is. And for the sliding case, VC is equal to velocity of the P plate minus velocity of the cylinder with respect to the plate. Okay, sure. So for pure rolling, this velocity becomes omega. Okay, otherwise it is going to be c with respect to p. That's all. Okay, sure. So if now what you have to do is that you have to check. You have to put either this condition or this condition to over here. If you are going to check, so let's say you are going to check with the first case. So if you are going to check with the first case, let me erase this part. If you are going to check with the first case, let's assume it is pure rolling. So what we are going to have is that Vc is equal to velocity of the P plate minus what is omega? Omega is equal to mc Vc times R by I, that is omega times R. So it is mc Vc R square by R I. Now these parameters are going to play, right? So if you are going to do it, then what you are going to get is that you are going to get, look over here, it is going to give the Vp, yeah, it is going to be mr square. So because it is a hollow cylinder, right? Hollow cylinder, Vp minus Vc, or you are going to get Vc is equal to Vp by 2. Or otherwise you can write same as, because I have to find out the Vc part. So I am going to write Vp is equal to twice Vc. Put it over there. So if you are going to put, you are going to get Vc is equal to 0.855 meter per second. Now you put this value over here, this value over here, you are going to get the Fc from 1. Now from 1 calculate Fc. Now if this Fc is less than Vs times Nc, Nc is mcg, then it is undergoing pure rolling. If it is not the case, then this is what is the case. Okay, sure. So if this is not the case, then this is what is the case. Because over here it is deterministic, and over there it is not deterministic. It is going to slide. That depends on what you are going to get out of it. That's all. So this is this concludes problem number 9. Problem number 10. And what else that we are having? We are having. I think problem number 5 you can solve. It's just so simple. It is taken from just higher secondary. You can use impulse momentum. You can use energy concept. That means T1 V1 plus is equal to T2 V2 plus WNC 1 to 2, right? And figure number 6 is the conservation of angular momentum, and figure 9 is the same. You can use energy approach. Figure 11 I have, or the problem number 11 I have solved. Problem number 12 will be coming for the Euler's angle, and figure number 13 I have told, and figure number 15, it is the conservation of angular momentum. You have to apply the conservation of angular momentum. So if you want, I can give it to you, and I have already solved for part B, problem number 1 and problem number 2. I can give you the, I have given the hint. Problem number 2, I have already given the hint. So if you want, I can give you the solution. And problem number 3 I have solved, but I think I have in the problem number 3 I have wrongly taken the omega component as omega cos beta minus it is going to be omega sin beta. Please check once again if I am not I think I am a bit wrong. Just check. Okay, so that's all. Actually all these things are going to happen because you understand it needs an interaction with you, so that interaction is missing. So that's the thing is, I think I have solved all the problems. So please solve all this, and will be in the next class it will be going to be of what I'll say in the team, and over there I'll be discussing the Euler sign. Okay, so if required I'll be coming for another recording with the Euler. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your questions.